Donald Trump hinted yesterday in his speech that he has some secret with Speaker Mike Johnson.
Look, folks, it's no secret that Don Old Trump is not the sharpest tool in the shed.
We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated.
So I would never suggest that a tactical political move could come from that dementia dumpster fire of a brain. But it is possible, if not likely, that Trump's Madison Square Garden hate rally was a facade, a play fake if you will, and a good one at that. Because all the attention from the mainstream media has been perhaps rightly focused on the racist, anti-Semitic, insane jokes that Trump's clown posse of comedians told in what feels like a blatant homage to the infamous pro-German rally held at the Garden back in 1939. Yeah, those Germans. If you haven't seen the jokes I'm referring to, definitely check out Chip's video of how badly that whole debacle backfired right here. But after what I'm about to show you, it might actually turn out that the rally didn't exactly backfire, but instead served its purpose perfectly as a shiny object to distract from Trump and his posse's true ulterior motives. Because New York Democrat Dan Goldman saw straight through Trump's facade and warned this was a head fake for a much more sinister plan. And I'll play you his shocking revelation in just a moment, but he also had a lot to say about the rally itself and where all that hate was coming from. Take a listen.
Let's first make it very clear that this entire rally was Donald Trump's rally. Everything was vetted through Donald Trump and his campaign. All of these speeches were up on a teleprompter. They had been edited. And so what has come out of that rally is nothing that Donald Trump has to say other than repeating his threats to the Democrats are the enemy within our country. But it's vitriol, vulgarity, and racism. And I represent a huge Puerto Rican community here in New York City. And I expect and have heard from many who are horrified that this political rally would platform such disgusting racism and attacking Puerto Ricans, attacking with both Islamophobic and anti-Semitic jokes. Stephen Miller essentially quoting Adolf Hitler, saying that America is for Americans and Americans only. This is who Donald Trump and the MAGA world is. No matter what lipstick on a pig Donald Trump tries to put on it in the last week, we saw yesterday at Madison Square Garden exactly who they are. And it was horrifying.
That's right. Every vitriolic, racist, anti-Semitic, xenophobic, insane moment of that rally was vetted by and had the stamp of approval from the Don of Con himself. Not only did he approve of the content of the rally, but he approved of its underlying purpose, to rile up hate and fear in his base, to grease them up like they were entering a Diddy party and prepare them for what's next. Because think about it, folks. There is no real political reason for Trump to have been in New York. Harris will win that state by double digits, and it's not even a question. And sure, some of it was probably for his ego, to make him feel like the king of New York he never was. But he would not be bailing on the campaign trail of crucial swing states to win over a few racist, rowdy New Yorkers unless he was trying to shift away from campaigning to win the election on November 5th and instead add fuel to the fire for stealing the election come January 6th.
Donald Trump hinted yesterday in his speech that he has some secret with Speaker Mike Johnson. Now, you wonder, why did Donald Trump come to New York 9 days before the election? This state is going to go to Kamala Harris. And the answer is that the House really runs through New York. There are 7 races that could go either way in the House, and that will likely determine the majority. And make no mistake, the House, we get sworn in on January 3rd. On January 6th, the certification of the Electoral College will happen again, and as we know from 2021. Whoever is in control of the House, of Congress, will be able to have a lot of say on what happens on January 6th. And I suspect, we don't know, but I suspect Donald Trump's little secret plan with Mike Johnson is a backup plan for when he loses and he tries to go to the House of Representatives to throw out the Electoral College, the certification from the states, and have the House of Representatives under the leadership and the control and the gavel for Mike Johnson and try to overturn this election.
And Goldman hit the nail on the head with the political calculus of this rally. Sorry, correction. Trump can't do math more complex than adding up the Big Macs he had for lunch, so let's call it the political scheming of this rally. Because it's no secret that since 2020, the GOP has been developing a multifaceted, multi-pronged plan to steal this election. And doing it with help from Mike Johnson and the majority of the House in tow is the easiest and most likely to succeed way that they will try to do it. So this rally was not for Donald Trump. Hell, it wasn't even for his MAGA base necessarily. It was for MAGA House representatives running in New York and to get the vote out for those people so that when Donald Trump loses on November 5th, he will be able to play to his base and pander for 2 months straight to a GOP-controlled House, a Supreme Court that's come straight out of his pocket, and courts, and even down-circuit courts nationwide that have been filled with Trump loyalists. But here's the good news, folks. Tony Hinchcliffe's racist jokes about Puerto Ricans has stirred up the massive base of New York Puerto Ricans and probably pissed them off more than when Trump threw towels at them. Aside from the irony of this racist washed-up comic's bombing jokes becoming the Democrats' secret weapon, this whole charade is sure to fire up Democratic firebrand and fellow New York representative AOC to push even harder for those down-ballot Democrat seats that will not only help us not elect Donald Trump, but keep him from stealing this election after he loses on November 5th. I'm Kenny Hesse for Really American. Thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you in the next